I'm going to get out in the filter house, get as much done as I possibly can. And ladies and gents, I haven't actually had a proper look in here yet. Give you a quick update, show you what's going on. It is noisy. The way we do things on this channel is that we come across problems and we go over them. What I've been up to here this evening after work. So I've had major problems with this skimmer. Look at this, look. My new logo. That pipe got plastic welded. I think it's misshaped the pipe. 121mm by 137mm. And they're a bit stiff, so I'll probably need to adjust that later down the line. I'm waiting for pipe work. I've ran out. I've used everything that I've got. So through the big bile, which holds 200 litres of K1, 230 watt UVs, they'll be plugged into there. I've got 2 spray bars in the waste tray. Proper happy with this, the quality of this drum. Everything inside is all stainless steel. TF tube filter. Literally have to use a mallet just to break them apart. My plumber ain't gonna like it because it's gonna be tight. I mean, you can get in there and stand, but you can't really walk in there. But I'm happy with how things are going, and we're getting there. I've got bubble wrap on the saw. Reason being, look at it. Got me screws. They just eat all day long. 24/7 they'll eat. I need to treat Mrs. Koi Whisperer to something. Looking at the absolute hammer. Also had a delivery turn up. Just a real quick preview of what I've been up to. A couple of them on here, you can multi-pick the colours. So one's like this. It proper took me off my feet. I was off my feet for 3 days. Let's crack on with the video. Super little quick update on the Koi as well. They're all doing absolutely banging. Like I said, I'm in no rush to get this pond finished, no rush to get it sorted, but I'm going to show you what I've been up to, show you how things are going. But I just wanted to show you to make sure that I've had a few people ask me saying your Koi ain't doing very well in your pond. Well, the only thing they're not doing very well with is me not feeding them enough. They just eat all day long, 24/7 they'll eat. But you can see they're perfectly fine. I've had no trouble with no parasites, no trouble with any water quality. With that being said, I wanted to give you a quick update, show you what's going on. It is noisy, but you can see every single one of my fish are absolutely healthy. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. And talking about being healthy or not, I'll just explain a little bit about me. So yeah, I apologise last week. I normally put a video out every single Sunday, but I had some sort of sickness bug, or I'm not even sure what it was, but it proper took me off my feet. I was off my feet for 3 days. I'm back tip top now, and that only means one thing. But before I start, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all the people that's sending me messages saying get well soon. Overwhelmed by it, to be fair. I've gone over that hurdle. Let's crack on with the video. Right then, take a look at this, look. My new logo, absolutely banging. So this is going to be my rug, my mat, my floor mat, which I've had printed. Looking the absolute hammer. I've also had my banner made up, looking proper cool. This is going to go in the filter house. And then I've got my logo, which is going to go in the filter house as well. I got this from a printing company called My Pictures. I wanted to say a massive thank you to Frankie, one of my subscribers, who's kindly made me up this. I'm super happy with it. It's proper quality and it looks proper professional. I wanted to get all this made up. But something else to show you later on in this video. I've also had a delivery turn up. I'm waiting for one more delivery to turn up. I got all my saws out, I got all my equipment out, so I've just got home from work. I'm gonna crack on, I'm gonna get out in the filter house, get as much done as I possibly can. Before we go out there, I just wanted to show you, I've had a load of people say to me that I need to treat Mrs. Koi Whisperer to something, and what we decided to do was she was super happy that I cleared out the conservatory the other day, apart from me bringing stuff back to carry on doing a bit of work. Looking online the other night and we wanted some garden furniture, but she decided to get some furniture to go in the conservatory. She's super happy with this. It's got me right in the good house, or whatever you want to call it. I'm out of the doghouse, all the money that I've spent on my pond. She wanted this. She wants me to do all of the blinds as well, but we had a quote for these blinds. Just to have these blinds redone, a quote come back from a company that's local to us, £4,000 just to have these blinds done. And I said, mate, you can jog on with that. I ain't spending £4 on blinds. Said to the wife that I'll sort all of that out. I'll do it all myself. She don't want these blinds, she don't want the glass. I said I'll put a brand new roof on for you for £4. That will be later down the line. But to keep her sweet, I got her this for time being. She's super happy with it. She comes out here in the morning, she has a cup of coffee, and when the pond's all done, we'll be able to sit here, open up this window, and we'll be able to chill right out and watch all the fish. But that being said, we need to crack over to that filter house and I'll show you what I've been up to. Right then, ladies and gents, so you join me out here in the filter house. So I've had major problems with this skimmer. I'm not saying they're all like this, and I'm not going to complain about it because I was more than happy with everything else that I've had. I've got a major problem and I can't seem to work it out. A bit of an idea. Just wanted to give people the heads up. If you buy one of these skimmers, buy a skimmer in general, check whatever size your pipe fittings are, that you can get it inside before you fit it to your pond, before you get your pond fiberglass. And I'll tell you the reason why. So I've been out here for the last 2 hours trying to get this one bit of pipe to go up underneath here. It should just fit straight in. This is a 4-inch skimmer. They are tight after it's been cleaned up. I've sanded it right down. I've cleaned it up, sanded the inside of that. But what the problem is, and I've worked it out, that I think when that pipe got plastic welded, I think it's misshaped the pipe and I can't get my pipe inside of that pipe. And I'll show you the reason. If I put that down there, I'd get it in both ways. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Can you see down this side that the pipe itself is really hard to film, but can you see down this side misshaped? So I can't get that pipe in there no matter what I try to do. It just will not go in there. Obviously, trying to get it up underneath here, there's just no way I can get that inside of there whatsoever. I've sanded the hell out of this. I mean, I pre-sanded both sides ready so I can put my 90s on. But I've over-sanded this side just to see if it makes any difference whatsoever. I've sanded this as much as I possibly can. Just can't get it in there, let alone trying to glue it. I can't even get a mil of it in there. Not even a fraction. And it's absolutely doing my head in. So what I've done, I've come up with a different idea for now. I had the problem with my drain, the soakaway over there. I bought some bits to try to fix it, and I've just gone up in the attic. I think it's 133 mil or something like that, it might say. Let me just see if I can find it. There, it's 121 mil by 137 mil. My idea is to pop that on the outside of it because I can't get a pipe inside. And if I knew that this was a problem, before I fitted it to the wall, before I fitted it to the pond, before I fitted the fiberglass, I recommend anyone that's building a pond, if you're going to fit one of these skimmers, just check to make sure that your pipe fits underneath before you fit it to your pond. I don't want to loosen the fiberglass that's all been done on the outside by whacking it, ease that pipe in, but I don't want to loosen the skimmer from the pond wall because it's only plastic and you can't really concrete plastic very well, so it's only in there by the suction. But it's not ideal, it's not what I wanted to happen, but it's the only thing that I can do. You can see it's not even a dead circle. As they've actually plastic welded it, it's heated up the pipe, misshaped the pipe, and there's no way I can get that in there. A little bit disappointed. I know it's a bit of a whinge, and I don't normally whinge about products, but I'm proper annoyed about this. Gotta push on. There's nothing I can do about it now. I can't ring up and complain about it because it's fitted. I've already put it in. I can't take it out. It's fitted to the other side. I can't do anything about it. I just wanted to warn you guys, give you the heads up that if you're going to fit a skimmer, no matter if it be a 4-inch, a 2-inch, a 3-inch, whatever it's going to be, just check, because I've made this mistake because I didn't check to see if that fit. I've got to live with it now. I could have the 1 out of 1,000 that they make that mine is just gone faulty. I ain't going to whinge about it anymore. I'm going to get on, and the way we do things on this channel is that we come across problems and we go over them. Right, so I'm in my filter house. After the episode last night of me trying to work this out, I've managed to do it. Bit of a tight squeeze, but I got it in there. So what I've got, trim the 2 pipes down to get the ball valves as low as I possibly can to allow for when I turn this pipe that way, like so, I can just get my fingers underneath, and that's as low down as I possibly want it. What I've done at the moment, it's a bit of a random video, guys, so you have to bear with me. I've temporarily made up a stand just to work out the height. So I worked out the measurements last night, how high my water level in the pond needs to be. Ideally, the red line is perfect level for what I want. That's what I'm aiming for. The black line is as low as I want to go. In between there, that's pretty much a rough guide of where I want the water levels to be for the level of the drum filter. Been reading through the manual. I've had loads of paperwork out, what I'm going to do and everything else here. Things I need to order, 10 clips. I'm just updating you for where I'm at. So the airlines, look at the state of my walls as well where I've been in here. I'm going to have to do a touch up later on. Touch up all the bits and pieces. I've not glued anything yet. I'm just pre-fixing things up. Working out where things have got to go. You'll have to bear with me now for the next, however long this is going to take me. You're going to have to bear with me because I've got to work it out and get it right. You do a lot of testing out, making sure things are right and wrong and everything else. So I've just literally made myself up a stand just to see if I can work out the height of where everything's going to be. I wanted to make sure that the height of this stand cleared my air lines. It's all in my head and it's hard for me to explain what's going on at the moment. With these pipes here, there's been a load of people been telling me that I need to fit a purge line. Well, you don't necessarily need a purge line if you run your pumps flat out, but I'm going to show you how and the reasons why I won't need a purge line and the reasons why I've run in 3/4 inch. I'm just going to show you that when it's all set up, because you don't need a purge line. The main reason why you need a purge line is for people that run Nexuses and things like that, slow flow rates, is that you can't pull enough water through the actual 4-inch line, especially if you've only got one line. The reason why you need a purge is because you can't pull enough into your filter. Things like a Nexus, they need to be ran at a certain speed, at a certain flow, and that basically means that over time you get sediment build up in your bottom of your drains along the pipes. Well, the reason for that is because you can only run that line at a certain speed. Well, if you run that line flat out, constantly flat out, and you've got two to purge one against the other, all be explained when it all gets up and running, but I can't really explain it all now. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. There'll be a lot of people out there who will say, yeah, you still need to fit a purge. Well, what I'm going to do, prove to everybody that you don't need a purge line if you run things in a certain way. But what I'm going to do, before this here comes into a 90 into the bottom of there, I'm literally going to solvent weld glue a pipe into there, a stubby. I'm going to pop that one onto there, put my 90 onto that. So what I can do is turn that over, because that rubber boot's in place. So I shut the pond off for there, for instance. I'm going to run another pipe up through here, and I'm going to clean out that pipe through there if I ever need to. But I guarantee you there won't be nothing left in that pipe, because I'm going to be running this on a 30,000, that on a 30,000, and this line on a 20,000. 80,000 litres of water that I can capably pull through this drum. It's recommended at 55,000 litres. Is to show you that there's a certain way that if you run your pumps flat out through a drum filter and you shut that line off, that means everything is getting pulled through one line. And you can literally do that for about 2 minutes, full bore that line out. And in theory, there shouldn't be anything in that line, because you're running that line flat out. As fast as what it will run by you purging it, well, I'll be running it through the pumps as fast as it can possibly run. So I won't be losing gallons of water. I'll just be running each section, turning them off and running them flat out through the drum for a couple of minutes, and it will just clear it out if there is anything in there, but I don't believe there is. But that being said, look, I'm going to crack on, carry on with this, show you where I'm at, show you what's happening. Look out here. I've got bubble wrap on the saw. I've got bubble wrap on the saw. Reason being, look at it. Start work. Here comes the rain. Just won't stop. Look at it. Cover up me screws. Don't want them getting wet. Cover up me screws. Right, so I do apologise what I've been up to here this evening after work, but I just wanted to show you. Obviously, I got a load of touching up to do with paint jobs, and I've still got loads to do, but I wanted to show you where I'm at, what I've done, just to show you how tight, when I said the other day how tight it was going to be. It was going to be tight, but I've managed to get it all in here how I want. I still got to make a stand for this to bring it up. This ain't the stand that's going to stay there for the rest of its life. I literally made this stand just so I knew the height of the drum, the water level of my pond, the water level of how high everything has to be. For the pure fact of just working out things, nothing is glued yet. I haven't even glued these ball valves. I've got to literally dismantle everything when I'm done. But I'm just setting it all up to start with, just seeing how it goes, and just taking it from there, really. Just working out what needs to be done, where things need to go. So in behind the back here, so the two lines for my shower are both here and here, 2-inch lines going directly to each shower, running on separate lines. I got the 2-inch brackets there, but I had to make up little stubbies just to bring it off, just so I can basically get my fingers in behind there to tighten these up. Made sure that I can turn both of these. They're a bit stiff, so I'll probably need to adjust that later down the line. But both of these can be turned and adjusted to make sure that the flow rates are exactly how I want them. Still a bit annoyed about that, but I've come across it and I sorted it out. So we've got the 4-inch line running down and behind the back here, and it's all been tight and tricky to get things in here, but the 4-inch line runs in behind the back. It drops down on the 90, it runs behind the back of the filter. It comes to here. What I'm going to do here, I'm waiting for pipe work. I've ran out, I've used everything that I've got. So I've got a 90 which is going to be turned there, a 90 which turned there, and hopefully that will fit into this section here in the middle. I'm going to cap off this side, because this drum has got 6 inlets and 4 outlets. And what I'll be doing, the 2 outlets at the back, I'm not going to be using them 2, I'm going to be blanking them off. The main reason why I wanted this drum, because I knew how tight, when I built it and designed it, I knew how tight it was going to be to try to get 3 lines running in that way, and then most drums have 3 lines returning at the back, but I wanted this drum because it's got 2 lines running here. This section here, what's happening with this is here is going to be bent on a 90, underneath a 90, underneath a stand that I'm going to make. That's going to run through here onto a 90, all 4-inch, through the big bile, which holds 200 litres of K1. All of this comes off. This is just protective sheeting at the moment. All of that will come off, and I'm going to put some fancy stickers on that, and you'll see what's going to happen. I've made myself enough room. It's a bit dark, but basically I've got a 4-inch reduced down to 2-inch on a 90, which will run across here, which will be pinned underneath here, and I'll have a step made there so you can't see it. That'll be running on a 30,000 litre. I only really want to be pumping around 15 to 20,000 litres an hour through the bile, so it's got a longer dwell time in there. But that's going to feed that return, and that return. This return here is going to have to come up, over, back down, swoop in, and I'm going to run all 3 returns off of that. Another 30,000 litre an hour pump is going to be run from this side, which is going to be underneath, which is going to feed that one and that one over my showers, and I'll be running that one flat out. It won't stop. That one will be running flat out 24/7, 7 days a week, non-stop. And that will be running through here. The pump will live down here somewhere, and it will feed up into those 2. And I've still got a bit of working out to do and bits and pieces, but my air lines are in as well now. So the air lines come in from down the back here. They come up against the pond wall. They run across the pond wall. I've got 2 1-inch clips there, but I've written myself out a list of things I need. I can't spell properly, so I ain't showing you, but I know what I need in my head. The clips will be put onto place here. It will come up. It's hard for me to explain everything here, guys, because I've been out here for a few hours now, and I mean, look, 'tis pitch black out there. But dedication of the Koi Whisperer, see? To make sure things are done right as best as I possibly can. I'm going to make sure they're clipped in there. One of the air pumps are going to be living up there, straight in, feeding directly into there, that'll be flowing on a 80 litre an hour air pump. So in effect, 40 litres an hour through each of the drains, which can be adjusted there to make sure that I get the right flow through each drain and make sure everything's singing and dancing. This one is going to have another 80 litre an hour air pump on it, and up it if it's not powerful enough. But that's also going to be living on this shelf as well, which can be plugged into either or. Make sure I've got plenty of plugs. You can't never have enough plugs. I've worked out, I've put up my board, my control box, my UVs, which I've fitted into the drum here. 230 watt UVs, which I still need to wire in, but they're all clipped to the drum, which they live inside of the drum itself. They'll be plugged into there. Both of the pumps will be plugged into there. I have got a spare pump, another 20,000 litre an hour pump, which will be into there as well eventually. But for now, I'm just getting things up and running. There's my manual. I wanted to show you a quick look inside of my drum as well, just to show you, because we haven't actually had a proper look in here yet. You have to bear with me with the wires. Literally just chucked them in there. This is the UVs. But so basically you've got 2 bypasses, that side and that side. You can also see it's a bit of a unique feature with this drum as well, is that a lot of people get stuff in the waste chute, which gets stuck in the waste chute, and they have to dismantle off of the waste tray, off of this, whatever they call it, there's proper names for it, but basically you have to dismantle, put your hand up inside of there in the drum and clear it out if you ever get any weed or anything like that in there. Well, when this washes, when it does its clean, it's also got 2 spray bars in the waste tray there. So basically what that does is, soon as it decides it needs a clean, as that pushing dirty water into the waste tray, it's also pushing the waste straight down the tray, down to waste, which will be plumbed in down to there as well. Proper happy with this, the quality of this drum. Everything inside is all stainless steel. Now it's this drum's a Burton's drum. It's a TF, what is it, TF, it says TF tube filter. That's what it is. Not sure on the exact model, to be fair, but a TF tube filter. But it's capable of, I think it's 55,000 litres an hour through the drum, which I'm more than happy about that. But like I said, the main reason why I went with this drum is because I got the 6 inlets in it. I could, in effect, instead of having a return up the other end of the pond as well, I could in effect tee this round the back and plug that in as a 2-inch line coming through the back as well. So I'm taking mid-water, bottom and skimming, but I really don't think I need it. But I might do it if I don't want the return, because I've got 2 returns there. In an ideal world, thinking about things now, what I could have done, instead of having 2-inch lines into the pond, I could have had 2 4-inch lines into the pond there. Doesn't matter, I've done it now, it's in there, and I'm sure it'll be more than man enough for what I need to do with it, because most of my water I'm planning to chuck over my shower. That's what I'm planning to do with most of it anyway. So yeah, I'm more than happy with this drum, to be fair. Proper tidy. It's a decent sized drum, and I'm learning it as you're learning it. As you're seeing it, I'm seeing it, because I've never owned a drum before. I don't know how they work. I don't know how they perform. I've seen loads of videos, and I'm not expecting it to be all singing and dancing straight away. I'm bound to get problems. I've always seen people get problems with working out, making sure they get... The thing that I've sort of worked out with drum filters at the moment is, from what I understand, is that they take a little bit of tweaking. Once you get them tweaked exactly right to make it work right for you and everything else, then they're an absolute godsend. But until you get to that stage, I mean, I don't know myself until I work it out. But yeah, I've also got to make a stand to bring this one up as well. But that'll be later down the line when I get to it. Like I said, I'm waiting for bits to turn up now, and everything's gonna have to come out again, and then literally start from scratch, mark up all of the pipes as I'm breaking it all down. All of the rubber boot stuff, that's easy, that's no problem at all. But I just hate pipe work, especially like you put it all together, but it's so hard to take apart. You've got to do a dry fit first, but it's so hard to get it back together. Like, you know, just taking like these 4-inch lines, right? You push them together, they're rock solid. And then when you try to take them apart, no matter how much you sanded them, when you try to take them apart, you literally have to use a mallet just to break them apart and make sure that your lines are still in place. So then when you glue everything back up, it's all ready to rock and roll. But yeah, the quality of the videos in here, not brilliant. And probably the echoing is not brilliant, because I apologise about that. But I thought I'd give you an update, show you where I'm at. I've got a little bit of something to show you. And hopefully by the weekend, everything turns up, and then I can show you with everything fitted and back, and hopefully we can get things running. But I thought I'd show you what I've been up to, because it doesn't look like I've done a lot in here, but these jobs are time consuming, and you can spend hours doing it and you just still don't feel like you're getting anywhere. But I am gaining, slow and steady. But my biggest concern out of everything, making sure that that fit, and it does. So in effect, if I want to push this drum back and put it right over there, I can, but I'm not going to, because my gas boiler, hopefully it fits in there. Hopefully the pipe work fits in there. Then I'll be able to run across here, have a little radiator on the side here. Well, it's all gonna, my plumber ain't gonna like it. I still got to bring the water and gas in yet. My plumber ain't gonna like it because it's gonna be tight. I mean, you can get in there and stand, but you can't really walk in there. But I could, in effect, once everything's in, gain myself a bit of space here, push that right into there so everything's tight. But I mean, I'm happy with how, I mean, I can access everything, no problem at all. Everything's ready for me to get to, all hands on. Even like the 4-inch lines, I can just pop my hands down and I'm on it. I can come this side. I still got to put, there's so much more stuff I got to do, but you got to test everything, make sure everything's in the right place before you can go any further. But I'm happy with how things are going, and we're getting there. But I've got a little something to show you, and then I'll probably end the video. Right then, ladies and gents, just a real quick preview of what I've been up to. So here we go. I've got a brand new website with loads of designs, loads of new t-shirts, loads of new hoodies, a couple of my favourites, just to show you. Brand new logo, brand new design. Go check it out. And well, hopefully by supporting me, supporting this, help support the channel. Thank you very much. And well, James the Koi Whisperer, thank you, mother for the rabbits.